Right, so anything Liverpool posted to say 18-year-old Feyenoord right back Gavaro Reed, when asked who we would pick between Man United and Man City, answered Liverpool for sure, nothing else, no one else. Well played, young man. That's the answer I want from any player. Who would you like to play for? Manchester United or Manchester City? Liverpool. Nobody else. Liverpool. Then we went on to Anfield Sector, who posted to say, quote from Ibrahim Konate saying, I'm not thinking too much about my future. I'm focusing on the end of the season, and for the moment I have no contact with any other clubs. Then we move on to news from the Mail Sport that said Bukayo Saka is set to miss another 8 weeks of action, with the Arsenal winger on schedule in his recovery from hamstring injury. So it looks like 8 weeks for him. Kai Havertz out for the remainder of the campaign, and Gabriel Jesus injured as well. So the Arsenal attack is looking like it's going to be Trossard, Raheem Sterling and Nwaneri. So problems for Arteta there for the end of season run in. Again, a little quote from James Pearce coming from the Arne Slot press conference earlier on, said that Cody Gakpo is a doubt for the Wolves game on Sunday due to a knock. Now, he hasn't fully ruled him out, but we know that Curtis Jones is out, Joe Gomez is out, and now there's a knock there to Cody Gakpo. And he did look like he was limping a little bit coming off the pitch the other day against Everton. Andy Hunter has posted to say Arne Slot on his red card versus Everton. The extra 5 minutes ended up being 8 minutes, and emotions got the better of me. If I could do it differently, I'd love to do it differently. But what exactly was said, there's an ongoing process now, and I don't want to disturb that. Then Aston Villa's request to have the Premier League game against Liverpool moved from Wednesday has been rejected. So this piece here from Dave O.C. Kopp said Aston Villa's request to move next week's game versus Liverpool has been rejected by the Premier League. They will have 5 games in 14 days, and he credits the Telegraph. Then we had the Empire of the Cop post saying we're 7 points clear, there's a title to be won, and then Rami Abbas Issa, Salah's representative, quote tweeted that saying excellent at his job under or over an image of Arne Slot. So giving credit there to Arne Slot for being a damn good manager. Then we move on to the Anfield Buzz, who credit Afraz Fletcher to say Alexander Isak is interested in joining Liverpool because he wants consistent Champions League football and to win trophies, which is almost guaranteed at Anfield. Then Rudy Galletti came on to say Alisson's future at Liverpool is not guaranteed despite his contract running until June 2027. The Brazilian goalkeeper could leave in the summer as Liverpool are ready to listen to suitable offers for him. All the details are on They Say Team Talk. Now, on this one, I don't know whether Rudy Galletti is right or wrong, but if we are to assume he's wrong, that's easy. We box that off and say he's wrong. But if we're thinking that maybe Liverpool could be looking into it, the reasons are why, or the thought process is why. And the only thing I can think of is that Liverpool may feel that his injuries are going to be more persistent and that he won't be able to play as consistently as he has done over his time at Liverpool. That's the only thing I can think of here, because he's contracted for another 2 years at the end of this season, and we know he's a very good goalkeeper. So it's not going to be that Liverpool don't think that Ali's good enough. That's the only thing I can think of, that potentially they think maybe his injuries will be catching up with him a bit. Then we had a piece from Fabrizio Romano that said Jamal Musiala signs a new deal at FC Bayern until June 2030. After long negotiations, he signs a new contract at the club following Neuer and Alphonso Davies. Then Anfield Agenda, our account, posted to say links with Liverpool to Isak appear to have some substance, according to at MSI Douglas. Then we went back and Tandy, LFC_Tandy, said Alexander Isak 9 years ago. Liverpool have been in contact with you, he was asked, and he said yes, they have. Let's see what happens. I'd love to play for them in the future. Will that happen? Let's wait and see. Also, this from Empire of the Cop, crediting Caught Offside. They say Alexander Isak is one of 4 names under consideration at Liverpool to replace Darwin Núñez. Then we went on to speak about the FA charge, which reads as follows. Everton, Liverpool, Arne Slot and Sipka Hulshoff have been charged following the Premier League fixture between the clubs on Wednesday 12th of February. It is alleged that both clubs failed to ensure their players and or technical area occupants did not behave in an improper and or provocative way following the final whistle. The Liverpool manager allegedly acted in an improper manner and or used insulting and or abusive words and or behaviour towards both the match referee and assistant referee after the match had finished. It is alleged that Liverpool's assistant manager acted in an improper manner and or used insulting and or abusive words and or behaviour towards a match official, which led to his dismissal. It is further alleged that he acted in an improper manner and or used insulting and or abusive words and or behaviour towards a match official after being sent off. Liverpool, Everton, Arne Slot and Sipke Hulshoff have until next Wednesday, 19th of February, to provide their respective replies. Then we had the news from Mike Keegan. The Premier League has suffered a significant setback after tribunal deemed that sponsorship rules, which operated for almost 3 years, null and void. Kind of only the headline there, though. Rules have already been changed, 3 aspects of it, and they haven't yet been declared null and void. So the current rules are in place. Another hearing, I believe, is going to take place from that tribunal panel to see if associated party transaction rules are enforceable. You know, we'll have more on that in the future. Then we came a piece from ESPN UK that said Paris Saint-Germain are keen to sign Liverpool defender Ibrahima Konate in the summer, and the player is interested in a move to the Ligue 1 club, that from Anfield sector. And lastly, we talked about Unai Emery and a little bit of his quotes, feeling that they're being forced into playing too many games in too short a period of time, with 5 games in 14 days. And I agree with him, same as I agree with Liverpool having to do a 5 in 15. It's not great, and it's not a good look for the league. And I think they could look after their clubs, particularly the ones that are flag bearers in the likes of the Champions League, a little bit better. You see other nationalities, other leagues doing it. I remember when Ajax got to the semi-final, they made allowances for it. I remember Atleti in Spain as well. So maybe the Premier League can get their finger out and try to start looking after their clubs. And then lastly, we spoke a bit about Sam Maguire's piece that said Liverpool are keeping a close eye on Warren Zaire Emery and are prepared to go big on him if given encouragement. The PSG youngster ticks a lot of boxes and has already spoken to Ibrahima Konate about the idea of it. So there you go. Dark Macca said Konate going too. Now, look, to give you a bit more context on the Konate thing, think of it like this. He's got 1 year to go after this year on his deal. So his agent is going to be trying to force Liverpool's hand and to get Liverpool to up the offer that's on the table that clearly isn't going to be signed at the moment by Ibu, because he doesn't feel, by the looks of it, that it's an offer he can accept. I think this is just part of the dance. And yes, PSG may be interested in him, but let's be honest about this. If you're him, what's a better club? Sincerely, even allowing for the fact that Ibu was French. You're going to go and want to win the French league? Nobody really cares. You certainly won't be winning the Champions League anytime soon at Paris Saint-Germain. So it's a no-brainer. He loves the club. We all love him. He's the right age profile. He's a future leader of a defence. And I think the club will get this sorted out. But in the meantime, we have to put up with these type of headlines because it's part of the dance. And I just wish that Liverpool would move a little bit more speedy on all of these contract situations, because personally, and this is just my opinion on it, I think it's an embarrassment that such a club like ours are dragging their feet on all this shit. And again, we've seen examples of other clubs like Bayern Munich getting Jamal Musiala, Manuel Neuer and Alphonso Davies all sorted out and extended. But us, well, we're still waiting.